Be prepared for highly offensive language throughout and adult and sexual themes. They might be changing their laundry, but I think we've seen enough dirty laundry for this series. 7 housemates remain, but only 6 become finalists. It's time for Celebrity Big Brothers, a bit on the side.
He's an egomaniac.
Welcome to Everybody's on the side. He's an egomaniac. Oh, what a show. Thank you. What a show that was. And I think it is fair to say we got to know our housemates very, very well. We learned Dan does a killer impression of James Blunt, didn't we? I was up for it. The legend that is John Cleese, like Let's Rip, like the rest of us, apparently. And there is one more use for papaya that I didn't think I'd ever want to know. Who knew? And as usual, Hardeep is still making friends.
I don't think I've been as much of an arse as I could have been.
Shock horror. And before I start, a quick shout out to all our friends from Radio 4. Lovely to have you with us again. Also coming up tonight, as Psychic Sally goes head to head with Hardeep, aka The Destroyer. I'm going to be chatting to their nearest and dearest when I take on the late night airways for the smooth and satisfying
Radio Ryan.
Radio Ryan's back. On the radio. Also, grab your popcorn and a little hot chocolate because the ever so delightful Russell Grant's going to be back after his appearance last night. He's going to be looking into the stars and tell us the tale of story on the side. And the legend that is Dame Judy James is back. There she is. She's going to be casting her eye over our final 7 and giving us an insight into what ingredients go into making a Celebrity Big Brother winner. But without further ado, let me introduce to you my Thursday night panel. First up, it's a dream boy with a jawline and a six-pack that would even make Dan quiver in his pants. He puts the sex in Essex. Is Elliot right? Stop it. Next up is a Big Brother veteran coming fourth in her series of Celebrity Big Brother, but she's definitely one of 3 on my panel tonight. She's sure to bring a bit of Georgie to the show. It's Marnie Simpson! And finally, after a stint in the Bots nunnery, our last guest is a reformed woman who likes to keep her opinions to the confessional box. I'm clearly kidding. She's none the wiser. It's Natalie Nunn!
I have a gift for you.
You've got a gift for me?
I have a gift for you, honey. Come, before we even start, come please.
Oh.
Come please.
Oh, God.
Come please, because hold on. Come please.
Can I open it?
Yes, you can. Please open it.
I love a pink pouch.
And put it right on your head. I know a queen when I see one and a baddie.
I'm gonna wear it.
Yes, honey. Yes.
This is never gonna stay on, but I'm gonna try my hardest. All right, well, let's get on to tonight. It's going to fall off and I'm going to kill an audience member. So would you look after it for me? Give it up for Natalie, everyone. Thank you. I love it. I will wear it. You know I will. All right, let's get on to tonight. And on medical advice, Ryan has found himself in the sick bay. He was quarantined from the rest of the house. He's not been feeling too well, but who can blame him with all that talk about head lice? Where does that come from? Sally reminiscing with Kirsty about a time with Nurse Nora the Bug Explorer, our lovely. We've all been there. Most of the housemates, though, are finding Hardeep increasingly annoying now. Natalie, I know you did when you were in the house. Do you think he's cranking up the weird on purpose?
He's been the same since he's gotten there. I don't know why they're acting like I was telling lies. I was keeping it real since I walked in. He farts. He cannot cook. You heard Dan say he thinks he has, like, salmonella or something.
I can confirm he doesn't have salmonella. Just put it out there.
Okay, but he's been sick or feeling not so well, and he's just disgusting.
Do you think Hardeep's playing it up now as we're getting closer to the final?
Absolutely not, honey. He has been the same since he's walked in there. He is just disgusting. But...
I do have to say, a lot of things, and I mean, maybe Natalie's the psychic one here, everything that Natalie called actually genuinely happened. I'm just putting it out there. Really did. Hardy told Big Brother he doesn't think it's a popularity contest. He's doing what he's doing for himself and the viewers, but not the housemates. Elliot, let me come to you. Do you think he's doing too much to purposely try and wind up the housemates?
He's playing a game, isn't he? I mean, he had her up his, around his little finger.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. He's playing a game, even like tonight when he's talking to everyone, and everything someone's going to say, he's going to say something controversial because he wants that reaction. So.
Well, he's gone head-to-head with Sally again. Marnie, do you think Sally has done enough to impress the public at home?
I really like Sally. I just feel like he's playing a game hard deep, and I just think I can see it. I just hope everyone else can, and I really like Sally, and I want her to win the vote this week. I think his luck is about to run out.
Do you think it is? Yeah. Oh, you do?
We love Sally, Marnie. 100% I agree with you. Hardy was playing the game. He is so obsessed with how he's coming across. It's a joke. Hardy, be yourself. We should have kept Natalie in the whole time. Natalie was the queen of the house and should have stayed in. Apart from Hardy was just clearly playing the game. I want to come across as who I am. It's not who you are. You're acting.
So
Bye-bye.
you'd rather Sally stay in. Who's Team Hardy? Oh, you're Team Hardy. Of course you are!
I've got to be Team Hardy. And at the beginning, I wasn't Team Hardy, but he's grown on me. I personally, am, as a viewer, don't have to smell his farts. I don't have to see his bad habits at close quarters. So I like that he kind of stirs them up and irritates them. I want to see that.
She likes it. She's got the red in your hair tonight as well, girl. Yeah, she's working it. Natalie, you actually said that Sally was straight talking and out of everyone would tell you if your shit stinks. Her words, not mine. Right now, do you think we're seeing the real Sally in the house?
Absolutely. I like Sally. I from the beginning, from being in the house, I was totally Team Sally. But at this point, because everybody in the house didn't want to listen to me, I'm Team Hadid. Keep him in there. Keep farting. Keep giving them bad food. Keep messing with them. Because it's like, I told them. And then I was the bad guy when I was telling them about
Psychic
Hadid.
Natalie, everyone. I'm calling it now. There's your new show.
To be fair, let's be honest, who wants to see either of them out? Because if you take them out, well, that's going to be a bit dull, isn't it?
It's true. It's
Both
true.
of them are quite strong characters. Especially over the last week, they have been. And tonight, Hardeep actually confessed to wanting to stay in the Big Brother house. That come out of nowhere. But particularly to beat Sally, just pop Natalie in. But particularly, he wanted to stay because he wants to beat Sally. So let's have a reminder.
I want to fucking stay.
Fuck.
I want to stay with you, mate.
Fuck that.
Is that wrong of me? Mm-hmm. And maybe it's because it's against Sally as well. There's personal animus between us, I think.
So, Elliot, do we think Hardy, the Destroyer, is growing in his confidence?
Yeah, I think so. You know, everyone's falling for his game, so you know he's in there. He's the chess player at the minute. He's pulling all the moves.
Yeah.
But Marnie, sorry, Elliot. I need to know. Do you think Sally and Hardy, they're not silly? They know exactly what they're both doing in that house. Do you think they are loving being up against each other? This is a showdown.
I don't think Sally is, because I feel like she really thinks he's going to win. And she's even said she doesn't want to be up with him, so I think she's starting to panic. Yeah, definitely.
She is.
Yeah, I do think Sally wants to make it to the final, and I think she knows being up against Hardeep, it's a bit of a worry for her.
The Destroyer,
Yeah,
Natalie, the Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to Gabby now. And Nick jokingly said she'd have to up her game. Now, she has certainly had a couple of interesting days of a bit of ramped-up activity. Nat, do you think we've learned anything new about Gabby over the past few weeks? Has she changed in there, do you think?
You know, living with Gabby was very interesting. I think when I was in there, I was able to get her riled up very easily.
We saw.
But, you know, it's really funny because Gabby is just playing it really cool. So she's just kind of like, you know, she's playing the victim very well.
Do you think?
Yeah, and I think she's getting by easily by continuing to say things that make her look like, you know, that wasn't very nice, or you shouldn't say that about us.
Well, saying that, you know, she did say Hardeep's apology was backhanded, not gang-handed,
Yes.
backhanded. Was she right? Do you think it was backhanded from Hardy?
Definitely not. Everyone said Hardeep knows what he's doing, so he's done it purposely to make it look like he's the good person. Oh, I'm so sorry, and then makes a bad word against her again. Like, yeah,
So
like,
you
yeah.
think it was back at... Who thinks it
Yeah.
wasn't? You disagree.
I'm getting sick of seeing Hardeep apologise. It's honestly getting boring. But I don't think Hardeep realises what he's doing to the housemates. I don't. And honestly, I think that seeing Hardeep constantly apologise is getting on the housemates' nerves. And when they're annoyed, it's what I like to watch. And in tonight's episode, I think I realised that Gabby's actually quite childish.
You think she's childish?
I think she's really childish, especially about the Dan situation with spaghetti bolognese and cooking.
Bit shade there from Roku.
Yeah, I just realised she's childish now.
Where's the shade band? Where's the shade band? There's something we really do need to talk about, and that is Sally. She's cracking up at his own joke. It makes me laugh. It's like me. Sally said she would never dream of kissing a friend on the lips, but lest we forget, the other day, didn't she give Hardeep a little kissy-kissy on the lip? Let's have a little look at it. Where's this clip? Let me have a look.
Have you ever been kissed by a celebrity psychic? You're about to be. Pucker.
Whoa, what's all this about, Natalie?
You couldn't even pay me to kiss him on the lips, honey. You couldn't even pay me. But I think Sally is trying to, you know, play it safe too a little bit, you know, and not hopefully have Hardeep put her up, and that was before. So, I mean, who on earth would really want to kiss him on the lips? Please tell me. Anybody in the world?
Was anyone like to give Hardeep a
anybody
little
wanna kiss him on the
kissy-kissy? Oh, you were good, girl. We can set this up. You didn't think I was going to come up to you, did you?
Actually, I find him he's very intelligent.
Are you single?
I am.
So would you like me to set you up with Hardeep?
If you want.
All right, I'll sort this right out. Honestly, they don't call me Cupid backstage for nothing. They call me that one. Elliot, let me come to you. Hardeep said it is different for different people and stuff like that, but do you think it's ever okay to greet your mate with a kiss on the lips?
Look, listen, a cuddle and a kiss on the cheek, yeah. I mean, I personally couldn't kiss a man on the lips. You know, I kiss my kids on the lips, but that's about as far as it'd ever go with other than my wife, obviously. So, no, I don't know what cultural differences there are there. Maybe there's some blokes kiss on the lips and other
at the end
cultures,
of the day,
I'm not too sure.
I think it's how you're brought up, isn't it? At the end of the day, if that's how he wants to greet people, that's fine, as long as the person he greets isn't someone who's going, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Listen, I'm loving my Thursday night panel. Give it up for this lot. You know it, kids. All right, I'm after a quick lie down. After all of that still to come, get your ears open and ready for some sweet sound of my Essex tones as we hit the airwaves on Radio Ryland's back. And our very own starman, R to the U to the S to the S to the E to the L to the Grant. And another L in there because I missed that one out. We'll be tucking you in with an overview of the series on Story on the Side. I'll see you straight after this break.
You have been the one for me.
Sorry. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Don't mind me. Just serenading Elliot Wright. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting amongst my beautiful panel as it's time to watch a little movie together. Not like that, Natalie. With the adorable Russell Grant, which actually serves as a public information film, a cautionary tale, if you will, as we look back on the series of knights in shining armour, a couple of witches and a troll under the bridge. So, if everyone's sitting so comfortably, then let the story begin. It's time for Story on the Side.
I will tell you the story of the Borehamwood 12 that will make your whiskers go curly. It's about using your wits to stay in the house and why you shouldn't go to bed too early. It happened so soon under a damp August moon, when the storms came knocking one by one. The food and the drink flowed, with their best sides on show, and the housemates were ready for fun.
Woo! This is what I do, baby.
Right from the start, the snores and the farts began to rub some up the wrong way. And most of our guests were quick to protest, whilst others were keen to foreplay. That being said, some slept sound in their beds. Our new presidents knew how to behave.
Night, President.
Good night, Vice President.
But others struggled to bond with fake friends across the pond. It's a good thing Chloe and Gabby were brave.
You made me feel uncomfortable a couple of times yesterday.
Oh, Gab.
Now, Gabby and Co had to let Natalie go. Kicking and screaming, she left the house.
Don't come by me, please, honestly.
For Hardeep, some reflections on his relationship connections, whilst Jermaine showed no signs of a spouse.
Are you married? Yeah.
No, wait. Are you married?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were married.
Oh, he was visibly vexed when 'twas Chloe to go next and was quick to dash to the loo.
Meet me in the toilets in 5 minutes.
Okay.
They got nothing was his shout. Play it down till we're out. It's just banter. It's just what you do. Then Jermaine was sent packing and Hardeep was caught napping.
Yeah?
As Emma surprised the house live.
Everyone.
No!
Hardeep's taking everyone up, brother.
And as the dust settles, it's a test of their metals as they divide and conquer to survive.
It'd just be so much fun if you guys were here. I like talking to you a great deal more.
The temperature's rising in the CBB house. With just days to go, the end draws nigh. The stories of movie stars, bunions, and farts
I can't believe you wear them with that massive bunion, mate.
Fucking prat.
have all been seen by Big Brother's all-wandering eye. As our housemates continue to throw fuel on the fire, I've one final thought to combine. Remember, my friends, the responsibility required. Who goes? You decide.
Shut up, will you?
A massive thank you to Russell, and remember, you are voting to stay. Now it's time for my voice to drip across the airwaves like hot caramel running down the side of a delicious ice cream sundae with whipped cream. I feel uncomfortable even saying that. It's time to tune your dial into...
Radio Rylan with Rylan Clark Neal.
Hi, good evening to all you late-night listeners out there. You're tuning to Radio Rylan, the only station that brings you the soothing sounds of Hardeep snores, Kirsty's cocktails and Sally's nitpicking as she throws them into a kidney dish. There it is. Don't say I don't treat you. So settle in, because as always, we're coming in your ears from the PM to the AM, baby.
Radio Rylan.
Let's begin the night with some lucky callers who have the chance to chat to yours truly. That's me. First up, we've got a head chef and best friend of the Destroyer, Hardeep, on the line. John, are you there?
I am, right.
Hi, John, hi. I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fantastic. Yeah, good to speak to you.
Yeah, no, pleasure really is all yours. Now, listen, your pal's been saved by the public 3 times now. Why do you think that is?
Well, I tell you what, I'm not surprised. I know everybody, I know there's a lot of people out there are surprised.
Yeah.
He's a good man, you know. He's a witty chap, knowledgeable chap. So, no, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, John, but he seems to be winding up some of the housemates. Has he always been the prankster?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everybody asks me this, and I keep saying this. He is. Yeah, absolutely. He is a prankster. He does. I can understand a little bit why it may irritate some people, but you know, deep down, he's a top lad. He's a top lad.
Yeah, John. I need to ask you, as a fellow chef, how do you feel about Hardeep cooking with the top off?
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Yeah, it is. Pretty stumped? Are you pretty stumped?
Yeah, he's not. Maybe he's not rocking that look quite so much as Ryan and Ben, but you know, he's trying to keep up there with the lads. So
yeah, you know, good for him. Good for him. If he makes it past tomorrow, can you see him walking away with a crown on his head?
Yeah, do you know what? That's a good. Yeah, again, it's a good question, Ryan. You know, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Yeah, I think he could.
You think he can?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, John. Do you think you've got a little message you'd like to say to your dear friend, Hardeep?
Yeah, just well done, really. I think he's surpassed everybody. I think he's genuine. Just well done, and I'll catch him for a beer when he gets out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, John, thanks so much. Give it up for John, guys. Give it up for John.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. I think I'm getting a bit of a premonition now. I might be wrong. But do we have Sally's daughter, Fern, on the line?
Hi, Rylan.
Hi, Fern. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
So great to speak to you. Do you also share your mother's gift?
No, I don't.
Oh, what a shame, what a shame.
No.
This is the first time, though, your mum Sally's been up for eviction. Let's play a bit of gift here. Do you predict the stars, will align and keep us safe against the destroyer, Hardeep?
Oh, I hope so.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think she can do it?
I think she can do it, yes.
We've seen both your mum and Hardeep clash a little bit in the house. You know her better than anyone. Why do you think she's taken such a disliking to him?
I think everybody in the house has taken a disliking to him, really, haven't they? I don't think she's the only one.
But your mum, she really doesn't like him, does she?
I think she's just the whole house, really. I think.
Okay, that's fair enough. It's fair enough. But listen, I know she's got a gift, but did she say before she went in the house whether she knew if she would win or not?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you speak to your mum?
I do, but you know what? I think if you asked her now, I think she'd probably say Ryan.
You think she'd go for Ryan?
I think she would, yeah.
Do you know what? I need to say this because I'm devoed for you, but your mum didn't get her chance to win her letter. What would you have said to her if you had the chance to?
I would have said to her how proud I am of her, how much we love her, that she's amazing. And I think now I'd probably say to her that she's got beautiful feet.
Beautiful feet?
Yeah.
I think your mum's got beautiful feet. Fern, it's a pleasure speaking to you. Get up for Fern,
Thanks,
guys.
Rylan.
Well, Fern. Thank you so much for your calls tonight. As always, the pleasure has been all yours. But will it be Sally or Hardy who's given the boot tomorrow night from that famous house? I'd go as far as saying the most famous house in Britain. That is it from me. Good night, and may your celebrity god go with you. Taddy Boos for now.
Radio Ryland with Ryland Clark Neil.
Right, after the break, Judy James. It's so weird going from that to normal. Judy James is here with her closing thoughts on what's been a very eventful series and who she thinks should be crowned our celebrity champion. Oh, and breaking news from the house right now. Find out why Britain's most wanted man is on the run again, and this time it's not from the break. All to come after the break. Run the break, guys. Run the break. Guys, run the break. Why have I got to do everything myself round here? Run the break. Sorry, welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Don't mind me. During the break, I've just been preparing myself a fruit salad. I've got a nice little bit of mango, yeah, a little couple of cherries, bit of key. Hang on, where's my papaya? Has anyone seen my papaya? I don't know. Elliot! What?
You are one weirdo.
Well, it's just for you.
Sally took the words right out of my mouth. And Elliot, you wish it was that big of an hole. Right. Now, what if I was to tell you not, I could sort you out with tomorrow's headlines today. You up for it? Yes! Fine. It's time for Bots News! Yeah. Our top stories tonight. Paulie Ryan returns to a hero's welcome. Kirsty kicks off about the cooks. And Nick is on the run again. First up at 10:15 this morning, after being bedbound, Ryan was released back into the Big Brother house. Run VT.
Growing up, my parents-in-law. Hooray! Made it.
Oh, Ryan.
Do some breakfast. You better. You feeling better? Yeah, miles better, man. Miles better. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Look! Oh, there she is.
Love, how are you, babe?
How are you, darling?
Oh, you sort of we missed you so much.
Yeah, the hug a day keeps the doctor away. What a warm reception. Then at 11:40, Kirsty does some kitchen bitching. I can't say that word. Run V2.
Nobody wants to do this shit fuck floor, and I get that, but honestly, it's the cooks that make the mess. I agree that if you cook, you don't do the dishes, but you don't leave a big grease fucking pit and then run. I've had it.
I know, okay.
Thank you for listening.
We'll spread the word.
No! I'd like the privilege.
The privilege is all yours.
Thank you, darling.
All yours.
This is a little girl.
Yeah, as that saying goes, treat 'em mean, keep 'em clean. Shout out to Wooders there. I hope Daisy the cat is doing very well for you. Next up at 12:01 this afternoon, Nick is on the run again, and he's been seen lapping up all the attention in the garden. Run V2.
Johnny, get to 100 laps of this garden. Yeah. 100 laps.
And what are you going to do? You've got to incentivise me. I'm on 71 already. See, we've gone past it.
Oh, no.
71.
I'll buy some new running trainers because their ones are falling apart. There you go. I'll get you really nice running trainers.
I don't know. It's painful now. That's it. 100 was the limit.
Is this a hundy right there?
Yeah.
Shorts from me, trainers from Dan.
Well done, mate.
Go on, Nick.
Yeah, well, after 4 years in prison, he still continues to be on the run. I'm now joined by former housemate Natalie Nunn. Natalie, what's your views on the news?
Well,
Thank you, Natalie Nunn. I'm going to be having none of that, and that was today's Celebrity Bots News. Thank you. Now, the celebrity final is almost here, and anticipation is reaching fever pitch, I can tell you. So it's time to stop, slow down, take a deep breath as we reflect on an action-packed series with friend of the show and psychologist to the stars, the lovely Dame Judy James, in... It's the Queen of Psych and Beast of the Brains. Give it up for Dame Judy James! Judy, lovely. Go on, you have a little lounge. I love it. Go on.
Thank you.
Look at the little leg there. I'm liking it, Jude. You make yourself comfortable. We are fast approaching that final stretch. Can you believe we're here already?
Unbelievable.
It's gone so quick.
I know. Way too quick.
Way too quick.
Way too quick, yeah.
So now it's time for us to separate the top from the bottom, let me just say that. You are part of the furniture around here. She's been sat on many a time, let me tell you. But so many housemates have walked in and out of those famous doors. So we need to know what you are making of this year's bunch of housemates.
It's like a psychological work of art, and it's classic. What we've had has been a sort of villain's vacuum. It's a bit like, you know, those Russian dolls. So we got...
I'm quite familiar. There was a format on telly once. We don't talk about no more.
We got Natalie agitating everybody to start with, then she went. Then Jermaine stepped up and behaved so appallingly badly, and then he went. Then obviously we got Roxanne, and then she goes, and the villain's vacuum, in steps Hardeep. And I've kind of enjoyed that because it's kept the whole thing going amazingly.
It has seemed like one of those series when, I'll hold my hands up and I'll admit this, you know, when Natalie went, I think all of us here were like, oh my God, who's going to bring the drama? Then all of a sudden, the Jermaine and Chloe thing, oh my God, who's going to bring the drama now? It has just kept going. Has that surprised you?
We've had that previously in Big Brother where a big villain's left and there has, everybody said, oh, it's going to be really nice now, and I always say, no, wait, because it does leave a vacuum. But this has been consistent, absolutely amazing.
It really, really has. Well, let's talk about winners, because we have seen 21 previous winners of Celebrity Big Brother, and one of our current housemates is going to claim that 22nd crown. So what kind of housemate do you need to be to win Celebrity Big Brother?
I mean, being main archive person, I've worked on the show for so long.
Forever.
I picked out 4 key characteristics that seems to win votes, although clearly, you know, anybody could blow it out of the water. Number 1, you've got the rebel.
Okay.
And that would be somebody that nobody in the house likes usually, but people at home, they kind of, it's a bit like a snowball going down a hill.
Love the
they
drama.
start to pick up. And that would be somebody like Bear. Do you remember Stephen
Yes.
Bear? Why? But, you know, he won. People sort of went on his side. Gary Busey was another one.
Yes.
He was in there, also unpopular for farting and things like that. But suddenly the public, they actually liked the fact that the other housemates didn't like them. So you've got that one. Then you've got the revealer, and that's somebody that went... Who do we know that was one of these? They go in there, they have a personality. I'll describe it via you, but you went and you had this really sweet, funny personality, and everybody liked you. Then suddenly, when Spidey were absolutely irritating everybody, you stepped up to the plate and you got stuck in. And we saw that other side to you, so people love seeing that other side to people.
Stop it, stop it.
and then we've got the hero. That's somebody that's coped with adversity either outside the house or inside it. And I was thinking the other day of Shilpa Shetty in particular.
Yeah, Shilpa, yeah.
Who won it because pretty much of what happened and the way that she dealt with it very elegantly afterwards, and she won. But, yeah, often we've had a lot of winners like that where you think, yeah, you know, you probably had a tough break outside or inside.
So it's about fitting a little bit of a bracket, you would say.
Yeah, and then you've got the comic, the
True.
one that's just made us all laugh in there. Actually, they're as rare as hen's teeth, somebody that is consistently funny in there. And you just switch it on and you think, I enjoy watching them in their scenes. But there's been people like Charlotte Crosby was really funny. You've got people like Jim Davidson was funny as well.
He had the lulls
so
as well.
that tends to win the votes as well.
Well, look, let's talk about our housemates then and find out which ones fit that winner's criteria. Let's start with Hardeep. Now, we know he's a comedian. Does he fit the comic?
No, no, no. I mean, he made me laugh a couple of times, but he's the rebel. I mean, that
He's
guy...
a rebel?
Oh, nobody likes him in there now. I mean, he's working on that. He's actually got to the point now where he sits in the diary room and says, oh, you're the only people I get on with. By the way, people that do that kind of behaviour and are always winding people up, it's often a preemptive strike, which is that possibly outside they haven't been that popular in their lives, so they attack people so that they can blame it, oh, it's my behaviour, it's my farting, etc. So they don't have to accept the fact that it might be that they're not a particularly popular person themselves. But he's almost like a Donald Trump in there. Actually, Trump was a good word, isn't it? But he's picking up the same kind of votes, which is, yeah, nobody likes you, but maybe we do. But he's pitching so hard. His T-shirts have got a message on it. He's saying, I'm doing this for the people at home. He's pitching direct to the people outside.
He's going straight through the lens.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you said he did is he winds people up quite easily, and we've got a little clip of that. Let's have a reminder.
I'm a controversial character, apparently, Big Brother. Did you know that? I hold controversial views.
He just wants to have murder with me all the time.
I think, like, whatever we say, he's like, he has a different opinion on it, you know what I mean? Like, I love him, but it's definitely like a game plan of his. You see it more and more. Or he's just like that.
So I mean, when you brought up my series, I think it's a bit like Spidey. I didn't see the series because I was in there, but watching it back, I really like Spidey because someone who's that unpopular in the house, you like watching that from outside the house.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So why do people like that tend to do well in Big Brother?
Well, it is all about what's called the science of sensation. So people that actually watch that, they like to feel a bit rebellious themselves as well, and it's anti-establishment, anti-system. You know, if you've got any housemates in there a little bit boring or a bit up themselves, you think, yeah, they deserve it. So, yeah.
He said he wants to make the final. Now he's come out and said that. He thinks he can only make 4th place, but do you think he can surpass 4th?
Oh, he thinks he can win, for sure.
Oh, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think he thinks that?
Yeah.
They're nodding away.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course, it's no Judy Jones, come on. Well, if our comedian's not the comic, who is?
Kirsty.
Kirsty Alley!
I mean, that text exercise was hilarious.
The social media one.
I loved it, and the way she said, don't get fur in the crisps. I mean, I was crying. He deserved that. And I love the way he says, oh, people can give it but can't take it. He didn't like that comment very much,
He didn't
did
take
with the
that
fur
one
in the
well.
crisps?
He didn't.
And that was... I found her funny all the time. She's just been so good-tempered in there as well. And there's just been moments when I've laughed out loud. So she would be the comic for me.
Let's have a little reminder of Kirsty's funny bone. Have a look.
Can that housemate reveal themselves and explain?
I wrote all of them. Oh, yes. The color of love. Cheers.
Thank you, Kirsten. You can have my baby.
Like my mama said, you're not going to like everybody and everybody ain't going to like you.
No.
I mean, she speaks the truth, doesn't she?
Does
Let's
speak
be
the truth.
fair.
She's summing them all up in there. She's just not getting stuck in. That's my only worry, that she hasn't had a big moment. And I worry that might scupper her chances at the end. But I love the way she's playing it. I think she's excellent.
Well, Hardeep's been the rebel. Kirsty's been the comic.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Well, the revealer,
revealer.
little psychic Sally, who has played it all like a little sweet old lady to a certain extent. And then what she's been doing is sucking up to all the boys in there, and she's created her own little army, and then she's come out against Hardeep right at the end, just when you thought, wow, where did that come from? And really, the way that she's attacking her, I mean, we did with that kiss, didn't we?
Yeah.
A little bit hypocritical. Oh, you're swearing to everybody. I wouldn't do that. Actually, you did quite quickly when you're in there right in front of everybody. So, yeah, she's being a lot more attacking, I think. She's a very clever woman. I know that.
So Sally's the revealer.
Yes.
I think I know who you're going to say, but let's move on to the hero. Who's that got to be?
It's got to be Ryan. I mean, you know, by default, what happened to him really shouldn't have happened to him. I've never seen anybody really suffering there quite as much as that. And that was very genuine, he's upset. I hope he gets well enough to get through to the final now. But, yeah, he's got to be the one that's got heroic status in there.
I'm going to have to ask you this. Who do you think's going to win it?
Ryan as a symbolic gesture against everything that happened to him. But in terms of effort and personality, I have to say Kirsty.
You'd like to see Kirsty win it? Judy, if I could choose a winner, it would definitely be you. I've loved speaking to you this series. Can't wait to have you back for Civilian. Please give it up for Dame Judy James. Loving this rap over. Come on, legs. Right, coming up, the housemates are bitching about a certain someone. Let's hope he doesn't catch wind of it. I wonder who that could be. And as Hardeep prepares to take on his house nemesis, Sally, we're going to be asking who should be flung out of the house at the final hurdle. Ultimately, though, the decision lies with you at home. So who stays? You decide! You decide. Here's the information you need. This week, Hardeep and Sally face the public vote. Who stays? You decide. To save Hardeep from a landline, call 090 20 44 58 05, or from a mobile, call 650 58 05. To save Sally from a landline, call 090 20 44 58 13, or from a mobile, call 650 58 13. Calls to the long number will cost 50 pence plus your network access charge. Calls to the short number will cost 50 pence. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. Votes cast after lines close won't count. If you're watching on catch up after that or outside the UK, please don't vote. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side now. Call me controversial, but apparently people don't like it when I pass wind in public. And apparently people don't like it when I point out bunions on their feet. Crazy. Apparently people also don't like it when I kiss my male friends on the lips. Controversial, I know, but...
Like my mama said, you're not going to like everybody, and everybody ain't going to like you.
Can I get an amen? Yes, Sophie Ali. Now who fancies gorging on a delicious exclusive? Lucky you, because I'm serving one up and it looks like Hardeep. He's getting on everyone's nerves. I'm shook.
Nervous for human. But he seriously can't take a joke. No.
Oh, come on.
There are some people that can.
What did he say? We all got it.
That was like a snippet of what I could have said.
Oh, we know. Listen, you didn't even flinch when you started. You were off.
Because the stuff like
oh, you said
can't
anything about
help,
his snot. I didn't want there last night. Just because you shouted at me, did he kick off by it?
No, but he got a cob on.
What, in the night?
Mm. I walked over and I was like, Hardy, roll over, please.
Very,
babe.
and you
Didn't I?
did. You were very, very polite.
Yeah, and he woke up and rolled over, and literally, as I got back on the bed and put my earplugs in, again, I was like, Hardy!
And then she
so I just shouted. I went, Hardy! And then, like, when I was saying it to, when I was getting gobby with everybody else, he, like, the way he was looking at me was like, I was about to kill people. I was like, this is what I have to do in order to win this.
He can't take a joke. You know, he likes to dish it out, and he can't. That's him. We're not going to change him, darling. Like I said, we just got to live with it.
Oh, little bitch fest in the garden. Natalie, throughout that clip, you were like, yes, yes, yes.
Because I said that. He was snoring like, okay, they tried to say I snore, but I was just really tired. Like, the queen can snore sometimes, but he was like, every day.
Is it really that bad?
So bad. like, I would go outside and sleep in the living room, in the kitchen, and I could still hear it all the way in the bedroom.
That loud?
So bad. I don't even know how they're even, like, they're walking zombies in there. They're like, oh.
How do you think you guys would get on living with Hardeep?
Hardeep is about as fake as the amount of people in this audience. You know? Everyone in this audience will smile. If they're on the panel, they will lick their arsehole. But as soon as you come to their face, they'll be like, we love you. Hardeep is fake. Everything he says is contrived and is trying to please the public. And everyone in this audience is licking Natalie's arsehole. It's true. It's true. It's true.
I am shook. I love this. This is why I love my job. I love it. All right, now, can we believe... This is brilliant. I love this. This is what I want. Can we believe that we are just genuinely 93 hours and 10 minutes from finale? I know. It's dragged. Anyway, 5 of our remaining celebrity residents are guaranteed a place in Monday night's final. That's Dan, Nick, Ryan, Gabby and Kirsty. But only Sally or Hardeep can secure that final place. So I'm going to ask everyone who do we think should go tonight. So tomorrow night. So please do not hold back. We have got a minute and a half to talk about each of our nominees. And when the time's up, we'll hear one of their famous quotes. So first up, he's been dubbed the Destroyer. But will Hardeep live to survive another public vote tomorrow? Let's start the clock. Natalie, Hardeep.
I think Hardeep should stay just to annoy the rest of the house because he's doing a really good job at just being annoying, farting, bad cooking, stirring the pot. And honestly, as much as I like Sally, Hardeep should stay just to get the house going.
Just for the drama.
Just for the
Marnie,
drama.
Hardeep.
I don't feel like we need the drama now. It's more about personality, and I just don't feel like Hardeep deserves it. He doesn't deserve it, really, to be in the final.
Elliot?
I think Hardeep's got to stay purely for 100% effort. I think he should win. The amount of effort. I think he should win. Purely for the, 100% effort just to fuck shit up non-stop. The guy's got to win.
Fair dues. Hardeep.
Definitely Hardeep. I said earlier, he should stay. He's annoying them, and that makes me happy.
Hardeep?
He's very, very cocky. Because he's been saved the past 3 times. So I think that somebody needs to shit on his parade and get him out.
Hardeep! Shall I come back to you?
Hardeep, again, is fake as... All he does is he is always focused on how he's coming out on the outside. Be real, be who you are, because the 90% of the stuff he says is so contrived.
You think he should be more real, Hardeep?
I'm a fucking hippie socialist prick.
He's a hippie socialist prick. His words, not mine. Let's move on to our resident psychic, Sally. She's got a gift. Start the clock. OK, Elliot, Sally.
Look, listen, I love Sally. I think she's been there. She's been great support for everyone in a time of need. She's been fantastic. But for me, if you was going to choose between Sally or Hardeep, you want someone who's going to give us all something to talk about. And listen, Marnie,
I'm rooting for
I just
Sally.
want everyone to have no sleep, so let's keep Hardeep in
Yeah,
there.
but it's only there's not long left, so what's the point in that? I think it's all about the personality now, and I think Sally's real, so she deserves it.
I like Sally. I'm not going to say I don't. She was amazing when I was in there. But Hardeep for the win, just to mess with everybody's head.
Hardeep for the win again. Sally Morgan. Sally Morgan.
Sally to win. I'm shocked about how well she's doing in the house. She needs to win.
You want Sally to stay, Sally?
I think Sally all the way. She's been kind to everyone, and Hardeep's just rude.
You like Sally?
Sally to win. We appreciate her when she is arguing with Hardeep.
Go on the stage, Sally. Sally.
Sally to 100% win. She is, Natalie, queen, I love you, but Natalie the 100% of the time, and do you know what? When Ryan was going through what she was going through, she was one of the only housemates that sat down with Ryan and said, do you know what, Ryan, I know what you've been going through. She sat there with him and she nurtured him. And do you know what? For that reason, 100%, she should be in the final, and Sally to win.
Oh, right, very, very quickly down the panel. I think I know how this is going to go. Who do we want to see out of the house tomorrow night? Natalie?
Bye, Sally. I love you, but bye, girl.
Marnie.
Hardeep, all the way.
Elliot.
Lovable Sally's got to go.
What about you guys? Who's out tomorrow night?
I think Sally's going to go.
No! She has to stay. Hardeep, why is out, Sally?
Sally.
Hardeep.
Hardeep.
Sally out.
Hardeep.
Sally out.
Yeah, bye-bye, Sally.
Hardeep, I think Sally. Bye, Hardeep.
I want Sally to go.
Time's up on our time! Oh, thank you very much for my fantastic panel tonight. Thank you. And my brilliant audience. Above all, each and every one of you for watching. I'm back at 11:30 tomorrow night after the live eviction with either Sally or Hardy joining me live, along with reigning celebrity Big Brother champion Courtney App, radio superstar of my TV son Roman Kemp, and my TV dad Eamon Holmes. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow night. Night night.